Karen called my mom a leech in a wheelchair. I hit record. She lost everything in 24 hours. You ever hear someone say something so cruel, so out of pocket that your brain just stalls? That was me standing on our front walk, blinking at Karen while she called my mother, a leech in the wheelchair, like she was reciting a parking code violation. I wish I were exaggerating, but I got it all on video. Let me back up a bit. I'm Amari. I'm 26, and after 5 years of grad school, I finally moved back home to take care of my mom after her second spinal surgery. She's been in a wheelchair since the accident, but she doesn't complain, doesn't make demands, doesn't do anything that would remotely qualify as an inconvenience to anyone except the most soul-dead kind of person. Which brings us to Karen. Karen is the HOA president of our very beige, very respectable cul-de-sac. If passive aggression was an Olympic sport, she'd have 5 golds. She walks around with a clipboard like it's a scepter, handing out citations for things like overgrown lavender and non-regulation patio umbrellas. We've had minor run-ins before, like when she tried to say our access ramp disrupted the neighborhood aesthetic. But last Saturday, that was next level. We had just finished setting up a little welcome home celebration for Mom, a few balloons, some cupcakes. The neighbors she actually liked came by. We were maybe being a little loud. Nothing wild, just happy. That's when Karen strutted up. She didn't say hi, didn't smile, just pointed at the ramp and said, "This ramp wasn't cleared with the HOA." I said, "It was. I submitted the paperwork 3 weeks ago. You didn't."
So it was automatically approved under Section 8B. She sneered. That clause doesn't apply to temporary structures. It's permanent, I said, installed by a licensed contractor up to code. And that's when she saw Mom sitting in the shade with a cupcake in her lap, smiling. Finally, home. Karen made this face like she'd just bitten into a lemon and said, "So this is what this is about. Your mom, the leech in a wheelchair, getting everyone to feel sorry for her." It was like the air got sucked out of the street. Silence. My jaw clenched. My hand shook. But you know what I did? I lifted my phone, hit record. "Can you say that again?" I asked. Karen didn't flinch. She doubled down. I said, "People like her use their disabilities to guilt the system. It's emotional blackmail. The HOA shouldn't have to cater to pity cases." I don't remember what I said next. Something sharp. I remember the neighbors gasping. One of them, a retired teacher, yelled, "What the hell is wrong with you, Karen?" But I do remember the video. I posted it that night. No edits, just a raw clip. Karen pointing, Karen insulting, Karen smirking while my mother looked away, trying not to cry in front of her own house. I posted it with the caption, "HOA Karen calls my disabled mother a leech on her first day home." It spread like wildfire. By morning, it was on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, everywhere. People were tagging disability rights groups, politicians, veterans, even her employer. Because, yep, Karen worked in PR for a major insurance company downtown, the kind that sponsors diversity initiatives and rolls out those "We Care" commercials. By noon, they issued a statement. "We are aware of the deeply offensive remarks made by an employee that do not reflect our values. She is no longer employed with us." 24 hours, that's all it took. Karen tried to spin it, claimed the video was taken out of context, said she meant leech in the metaphorical sense, which, what does that even mean? The HOA board, they forced a vote, removed her that same week. A neighbor offered to repaint our ramp in gold. Another dropped off flowers for Mom with a card that said, "You're the strongest person on this street." And Mom, she didn't cry. She didn't rage. She just said, "I hope she learns." She still believes in redemption. I'm not there yet, but maybe someday. For now, the ramp stays. The porch is hers again. And Karen, well, the internet never forgets. What do you think? Was Karen's firing justified or too fast?
Should HOA leaders face consequences for verbal abuse? Drop your thoughts below and let's talk accountability, dignity, and standing up for Karen's gone. The ramp stays. And my mom? She still believes in redemption.